Hi guys, I really had to share with you this amazing thrift haul I got the other day, and I learned something really cool. And that is just because there's a tag on a plate or something at a thrift store doesn't mean that's the price. And I found that out when I was shopping for all these dishes, that the sign on the wall says they're 29 cents each, and some of them had prices of like $1.99 to $3 on them. And when I got to the register, the cashier said to me, no, you have to ignore those because those are leftovers from people's yard sales and garage sales. Like when they're done with their sales and they have stuff left over, they usually drive it off to the thrift store, to Goodwill or wherever, and they don't bother picking off all those old stickers. So you really need to pay attention to the signs that are on the walls. Now, here's some of the things that I found. A really cute little bowl. I'll probably use it for storing beads. Here's some orphaned porcelain saucers or plates. There were maybe just one or two of each. A lot of these are in really great condition. One or two of them might have a hairline crack that's only visible from the back, or they might have some little chips. The first pile that I was showing you there are those blue transferware. I think I got 6 saucers and 2 bread plates. This is a great piece, and I got it just because it matches my kitchen. I love putting a little row of dishes behind my stove against my wall. Oh, this is a great little Wedgwood plate, really pretty hand-painted flower basket design, and the pattern I think is Belmar? Yes, that's Belmar. That would make a great piece of jewelry. Now, this stack I got, let's see, I think there were 6 that I picked up. They're nothing that is valuable or expensive or anything, but they had a really pretty rose design on them, so I grabbed them at 29 cents each. I really could say no. And there's another one that says 49 cents, but those weren't 49. The next one I picked up was this really big green transferware plate from Crown Ducal. And I think I paid 99 cents. I think all their dinner plates were 99 cents each. It has a nice historic American scene on the front and some pretty floral edging. Really big, giant maker's mark on the back, giant back stamp. And I thought that one was pretty cool. That's a great one to hang on your wall. George Washington. Let's see. The next ones I picked up were these 2 TST, which is Taylor Smith Taylor. It's American pottery, and it's, I think, called silhouette ware. And you can see there's 2 old-timey, maybe colonial men with their pipes or their dinner. That's very collectible china. This was a, it looks like rose and forget-me-not plate. There's another one that was from somebody's yard sale, and that's an antique Austrian piece of porcelain. Very pretty. Unfortunately, there was only one, but I grabbed it. Now, the next ones here are dime store dinnerware from the 1950s, American-made, and you can see that top one. See how the center design was crooked? It wasn't centered properly. That would have been a bad one in the set. My daughter found the next 2. She called me over and she said, Mom, hey, look at these. Oh, I ran over. I knew right away they were really old. I thought at first they were all the same pattern, but it really turned out that there were 2 saucers in one pattern and 2 cider bread plates in another pattern, and they're all Masons, over 100 years old. That one has a big crack through it, so I'm definitely probably going to turn that one into some jewelry. Those older plates like that, you'll see numbers on the back sometimes. Sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't. And instead of having pattern names, a lot of times they had pattern numbers to identify them. So if you go to replacements online or someplace where you look up china patterns and you know the maker's name, you might search for a pattern to look for the name, but it won't have one, it'll just have a number. And that's a really cool red transferware. And what they did was after they put the transfer on, they would hand paint the details. Like that one has orange, green, and some blue. So I think those bread plates are probably worth about $50 each. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put them on my eBay or in my Etsy shop and sell them or what. But this one really caught my eye. I thought it was modern at first. It's pink splatterware, pearlescent, or they call it lusterware, where it has that really pearly look to it if you turn it just the right way. Also had some gold edging. Then I flipped it over And lo and behold, it had an antique English back stamp on it, and it says Charles Allerton and Sons. It's over 100 years old. I thought, that's really odd because usually that kind of pottery will be just like your classic transferware. You won't see something like that. And I looked it up online and I only found one, and it was in a museum. So I'm going to do a little bit more research on that piece. Those were my favorites. When I'm at a thrift store, I always also take a look at the jewelry. I usually don't find anything. It's usually plastic, junky. I also look at the figurines. Found this little girl. I couldn't pass her up. She's so pretty. I know she's made in Japan in the 50s. She's probably worth $10. I thought her colors were so vibrant and glossy. She's missing a few fingertips. That's okay. That's like something I would see in my grandmother's kitchen when I was little, and I just couldn't pass her up. I loved her. Not sure what I'm going to do with her yet, but she's mine. My daughter called me over to the jewelry section. Mom, come over here. You got to see this. What does she find? Amazing malachite beads, which is my favorite green stone. A bracelet, necklace. She snagged the bracelet. You won't find it here. But I found some great pieces. All genuine malachite beads. That one I thought maybe was turquoise and turned out to be howlite and silver. Those are some really pretty pottery beads. And then the orange is carnelian, which I love. All the beads and all the findings, which is the clasps, were all sterling silver, except for this piece. I don't know if this is 1920s Art Deco or if it's later toward the 1950s or 60s, but it's a copper bracelet and it's really pretty. And look at that patina on the inside. You have that classic green that it only gets with age. So I was really happy with these pieces. And at 99 cents each for the jewelry, you can't pass it up. This is a really groovy 60s necklace. It's like a medallion. And it is a stone in the center. And it's all sterling silver. Heavy cord, heavy setting, marked, all sterling on it. And that was another one I grabbed. I'm going to take it apart and do something with it. I'm probably going to make myself a bracelet out of this malachite. Those are about 16 millimeter down to about 8 millimeter. Just really pretty genuine stone beads. And this one. Thought maybe it was turquoise, but turned out to be dyed howlite, which is a lot of the turquoise you'll see that's called Chinese turquoise, or it's really inexpensive. The silver beads are sterling silver, and so are the other beads and the clasps. And there's the bracelet of the carnelian that matches the necklace. So, all in all, I paid under $20 for everything, for all the jewelry, all the dishes, and I just had to share this haul because some days you go to the thrift store, you could spend time, you don't find anything that great. You still have a good time, right? But it's days like today when I come home with armloads of stuff that I just had to share. So until next time, good luck with your thrift shopping, and I'll talk to you later.